war, politics, and an atomic bomb. Something on the surface you wouldn't consider Studio Ghibli to relate to, due to their usual whimsical and heartwarming stories that are relatable for all ages. But this doesn't mean they like to shy away from serious topics, from war-stricken worlds to rooms of environment due to greed. However, that leads to the question, does Studio Ghibli portray the themes of war and politics accurately in their films? Films in Ghibli's filmography, like The Grave of Fireflies and The Wind Rises, focus strongly on the themes of beauty, loss, and machinery of war, but that doesn't exclude other Ghibli films from these serious themes. Some displaying the development and harsh effects of war, the rising tensions, as well as post-war realities, such as the rebuilding of society. The Wind Rises, directed by Hayao Miyazaki, is the only biopic to come out from Studio Ghibli. It follows the story of Jiro Horikoshi, a Japanese aviation engineer, through the development of his life and career, including the creation of the A6M World War II fighter plane. Miyazaki illustrates the effect of militarism on people like Jiro, an individual whose ethics are tested against his work and dreams. It was also at a point where technology advancements thrived on the demands of conflict, which referenced Miyazaki's passion for flight. He uses this to display the development of environmentalism, modernization, and social change in society. While, in The Wind Rises, flight is used in a way to demonstrate how dreams can easily be symbols of freedom, but swiftly turned into being confined to weapons of destruction, which mirrors the reality for people back in that era. As this was directed by Hayao Miyazaki, the usual fantasy elements in most Ghibli films isn't left unfounded. In The Wind Rises, they are represented by dream sequences where Horikoshi meets Giovanni Battista Caproni, an Italian aeronautical engineer, who mentors Horikoshi from a child all the way to adulthood. Whilst these events are confined to Jiro's mind, this does not detract from the reality of ongoing war and the weight of lives lost due to mankind's often deadly innovation. Grave of the Fireflies is renowned for its unflinching portrayal of war. Directed by Isao Takahata, it depicts the tale of siblings Seita and Setsuko trying to survive and navigate life through World War II after they are separated from their parents during an American firebombing. Takahata really didn't shy away from showing the effect of war on a country, especially on the civilians. Some visuals being quite graphic compared to most Ghibli movies, but it drives home the greater issue of the Japanese government's neglect on the most vulnerable. Takahata mentions in A Grave of the Fireflies theatre programme, the bonds among family members and the sense of community among neighbours have been weakened. We put mutual non-interference as the basis of our relationships. We see Setsuko suffering from malnutrition, and Seita pleads for help from people around the village for food and medical assistance. However, the impact of the firebombing has caused the village to adapt a save yourself mindset, leading to a lack of contribution or sense of community. Additionally, the landscapes emerge as a constant reminder of the hell endured by these people, with Takahata borrowing from his lived experiences to create a realistic portrait of the consequences of conflict. Seeing the effects of war encapsulated so realistically in film may be an unachievable feat in the years to come, making Grave of the Fireflies the last of its kind. Miyazaki has always had a firm stance around making anti-war films, and has been represented countless times from his other works like Howl's Moving Castle, The Boy and the Heron, Porco Rosso, the list goes on. While Takahata, speaking on Grave of the Fireflies, he explicitly refused to call it an anti-war film, explaining that he didn't think it could contribute to world peace. Either way, these two directors come together to share experiences of war for better understanding and empathy from all across the globe.